building on the previous section that explained the department's authority and timeframes for investigations under Arizona Revised Statutes, Section 3-22153A and Section 32-2153B, it is important to now understand the specific reasons that may lead to the suspension, revocation, or denial of a real estate license in Arizona. These disciplinary actions form the foundation of the Arizona Department of Real Estate's ADRI enforcement powers and are designed to protect the public, uphold the integrity of the profession, and ensure that only qualified, honest, and competent individuals hold real estate licenses. The legal authority for these actions is found primarily in ARS Section 322153, which outlines the various acts and omissions that constitute grounds for disciplinary measures. The Real Estate Commissioner, acting under ARS Section 322153A, has the power to suspend, revoke, or deny the issuance or renewal of a license when a licensee or applicant engages in conduct that violates statutory requirements, administrative rules, or professional ethics. The reasons are extensive, but they all reflect one central principle: the protection of the public from dishonest, incompetent, or unethical real estate practitioners. One of the most common grounds for disciplinary action involves fraud, misrepresentation, or dishonest dealings in a real estate transaction. Under ARS Section 322153A1, if a licensee knowingly makes false statements, withholds material facts, or engages in deceptive practices in connection with a sale, lease, or listing, the department may suspend or revoke their license. For example, if a salesperson tells a buyer that a property has no history of flooding, when, in fact, the agent knows of repeated flood damage, that act of misrepresentation constitutes grounds for revocation. Similarly, fabricating or altering contracts or inspection reports is considered fraud and subject to immediate disciplinary action. Another major cause of disciplinary action is commingling or conversion of client funds, which occurs when a broker mixes trust account funds with personal or business money, or uses client funds for personal purposes. ARS Section 32-2153, AA 17 explicitly prohibits such conduct. For instance, if a property manager deposits tenant security deposits into their general business account instead of a designated trust account, they violate this provision. The department often treats such violations as serious because they threaten consumer protection and financial integrity. Incompetence or negligence in performing license duties is also grounds for suspension or revocation under ARS Section 322153A22. This category includes failing to disclose material defects, preparing incomplete or inaccurate contracts, or failing to supervise employees. For example, a broker who fails to review or approve transaction documents submitted by agents, resulting in a client's financial loss, may face disciplinary action for negligence. The department uses this provision to ensure that all real estate professionals maintain the high standard of care expected in the industry. Criminal convictions are another significant reason a license may be denied, suspended, or revoked. Under ARS Section 322153B, the commissioner may take action if an applicant or licensee has been convicted of a felony or any crime involving moral turpitude, such as fraud, theft, or forgery, within 5 years preceding the application or discovery of the offense. Even if the conviction occurred outside Arizona, it still applies if the offense would constitute a felony under Arizona law. For instance, a broker convicted of embezzlement in another state would be subject to license revocation in Arizona. Failure to cooperate with the department during an investigation or audit is another basis for disciplinary action under ARS Section 322153A24. As discussed in a prior section, licensees are legally required to respond promptly and truthfully to departmental demands for information. If a licensee ignores a written request for records, refuses to attend a hearing, or provides misleading information, the commissioner may suspend or revoke their license for non-cooperation. Unlicensed activity or assisting unlicensed individuals in performing real estate acts can also lead to discipline. Under ARS Section 32-2153, A10, and Section 32-2155, it is unlawful for a licensee to pay commissions to or accept compensation from unlicensed persons. For example, if a broker pays a referral fee to an unlicensed property locator or allows an unlicensed assistant to negotiate contracts, the department may impose fines, suspend the broker's license, or even revoke it for facilitating unlicensed practice. Failure to maintain or properly handle trust accounts and records is another frequent reason for disciplinary action. Under ARS Section 32-2151.01b, brokers must maintain transaction records for 5 years and reconcile trust accounts monthly. Violations, such as missing earnest money deposits, inadequate bookkeeping, or unreconciled ledgers, are serious offenses that can lead to suspension or revocation. The department routinely audits brokers to ensure compliance and may impose corrective orders or disciplinary penalties if violations are found. False statements or omissions on license applications or renewals also justify denial or revocation. Under ARS Section 32-2153, A5, providing false information about education, experience, or criminal history constitutes fraud. For instance, an applicant who fails to disclose a prior disciplinary action in another state may have their application denied or their license revoked once the omission is discovered. Other grounds for disciplinary action include violating commissioner's rules under AAC Title IV, Chapter 28, such as advertising without identifying the employing broker, R4-28-502A. Failure to disclose dual representation or obtain consent as required by R4-28-1101F. Failure to deliver transaction documents in a timely manner, including copies of contracts and disclosures to all parties. Engaging in discriminatory practices in violation of the Arizona Civil Rights Act and fair housing laws. Improper use of client information for personal benefit or to the detriment of another party. Denial of license renewal often results from unresolved disciplinary actions, unpaid administrative penalties, or failure to complete required continuing education hours under ARS Section 32-2130. The department may refuse to renew a license until the licensee remedies these deficiencies or completes any ordered probationary terms. For example, if a broker fails to pay a fine imposed for a previous violation, the ADRE may deny renewal until the fine is satisfied. The ADRE takes these enforcement actions to protect the public and maintain confidence in the real estate profession. Every licensee has the right to due process, including notice and a hearing before the Office of Administrative Hearings, OAH. However, once a violation is confirmed, the department has broad authority to impose penalties ranging from letters of concern to full license revocation, depending on the severity and intent of the misconduct. Review summary. In this section, you learn that the ADRE may suspend, revoke, or deny a real estate license for numerous reasons under ARS Section 322153. Common causes include fraud, misrepresentation, negligence, commingling of funds, criminal convictions, unlicensed activity, failure to cooperate with investigations, falsifying records, or violating commissioner's rules. The department may also deny license renewal for failure to pay fines or complete education requirements. Each of these provisions ensures that only qualified, ethical, and law-abiding individuals represent the public in real estate transactions across Arizona. Discussion. What is one of the most common reasons a license is revoked under ARS Section 322153? Answer: fraud, misrepresentation, or dishonest dealings in real estate transactions. Why is commingling client funds considered a serious violation? Answer: it compromises the financial integrity of client funds and violates trust account regulations. What may happen if a licensee fails to cooperate with an ADRE investigation? Answer: the license may be suspended or revoked under ARS Section 322153A24. Can the department deny a license renewal for unpaid fines or missing education hours? Answer: yes, the department may deny renewal until all requirements are met under ARS Section 322130. Why are criminal convictions relevant to license discipline? Answer: because they reflect on a licensee's honesty and moral character, key qualifications for holding a real estate license. Closing remarks. The ability of the Arizona Department of Real Estate to suspend, revoke, or deny a license serves as a cornerstone of consumer protection. Real estate professionals hold positions of trust, and the public relies on their integrity and competence. By enforcing ARS Section 32-2153, the department ensures that those who engage in unethical, fraudulent, or negligent conduct are held accountable. Understanding these potential consequences not only protects the public, but also reinforces the professional standards that define Arizona's real estate community. Compliance, transparency, and ethical conduct are the hallmarks of a successful and enduring real estate career.